Yeah, yeah. You know I love to see you shine that light. I put that love in every rhyme I write. You and I, we ride side by side, so keep shining, y'all, keep shining. Yeah, you know I love to see you shine that light. Yeah, even when you gotta fight those fights, it's like that struggle make you twice as bright. So keep shining, my dude, keep shining. Come on.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video. On today, it is the Keeping It Raw podcast. Want to thank everybody that's been sharing the videos, everybody that's been subscribing to the channel. Also, guys, make sure you hit that like button so we can get that video out there so more people can be able to see the content. So I appreciate everybody that's been spending their time listening to the videos and going through the whole entire video. Make sure you guys listen to the whole entire video from start to end so you'll understand about the prospect that we're talking about. Because I know sometimes we can have a short attention span and our attention spans are not that long. So it's like we're off to the next. But at the same time, you want to be able to know what's cooking in Detroit, what Brad Holmes is doing, and what type of team that you're going to have in 2024. You know, I know a lot of people are saying the Lions are going to be back. And only for the Lions to be back, they're going to have to be better than they were last year. Now, we know nobody expected for the Lions to make it into the NFC Championship. I did not expect for the Lions to make it to the NFC Championship. I expected them to win a playoff game this year. That was my whole thing, make it to the playoffs and finally break the curse or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to say, however long it's been that the Lions have not won a playoff game. We wanted to break that and erase that record and start over totally new. So definitely, man, the Lions have a young core intact in Detroit that is doing some things, man. Penei Sewell, I love the way Penei Sewell is out there being a leader already, man. When you see Penei Sewell out there, man, you can't do nothing but smile, man, because I remember when Brad Holmes was talking to him and Dan Campbell was talking to him, and they said that they wanted to make him a cornerstone, a corner piece to this team, and that's actually what Penei Sewell has been. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's been a great addition to the team. J-Mo is finally starting to work his way into the offense. Want to see more of J-Mo next year. I know Sam Laporta came in, made a splash impact as a rookie tight end. And Brian Branch coming in, balling. So a lot of these draft picks lately, man, they have been panning out. And then you still got guys like Jack Campbell that came in as well that made an impact on the team. Probably didn't make the impact that he wanted to make in his rookie season, but he definitely made an impact. He got a chance to get some experience out on the football field, and that's what you need. You need these young guys to be able to get out there and be able to get the experience so that they can play. But at the end of the day, the task of the job is not done until the Detroit Lions can get to that Super Bowl. Brad Holmes has done an amazing job in his 3-year tenure with the Detroit Lions, from taking them out of the darkness and to taking them into the national spotlight. I love everything that Brad Holmes has been doing, and the only thing that you can do now is to go up from here. Now you got to be able to find the guys that's going to make this defense and maximize this defense to be great in 2024. Now, I know that you can't just go out and draft all defensive guys. That's not going to work. You have 7 picks. You're not going to be able to draft all 7 guys and put them on the defensive side of the ball. You're going to need an offensive lineman. You're going to need possibly another receiver if they don't bring Josh Reynolds or Donovan Peoples-Jones back. Right now, we don't have any word on whether or not those guys are coming back. You know, more than likely, they may come back. 1 year, 2-year deal, something like that. I don't think that Brad Holmes is going to make a splash in the free agency. I don't think he's going to go and spend a boatload of money. Now, other franchises might do it, but so far under Brad Holmes, we have not done such a thing. Is going out and spending big money. I think the most money we spent last season was on Cam Sutton as one of our corners. I think he ended up getting like a $30 million deal, a multi-year $30 million deal, something like that, 33, somewhere in between there. But at the same time, man, you know that the task for Brad Holmes is to be able to get this team to the next level and to finally get these guys in the Super Bowl and win it. That is the goal, not just to get to the Super Bowl and lose, but get to the Super Bowl and win. And it's going to start with having a nasty defense. And you need the Lions need on that defense. They need athletic guys. Let's just keep it a hundo. Let's keep it real. The Lions need speed and they need athletic guys on the front line. If you're getting a defensive tackle, you want him to be athletic. If you're getting a pass rush guy, you want him to be athletic. If you're getting corners, you want them to have speed, technique, being able to tackle, being able to cover. Those are the things that you need. So right now, Brad Holmes definitely, I'm pretty sure Brad Holmes is looking at all these prospects like, man, it's just way too many corners this year. But it's a lot of corners this year. And you don't know who's going to be a star out of these guys. You don't know. It's the risk that every team takes every single season. You don't know who's going to come out of here and straight ball. Well, nobody knows that until they start suiting up on Sundays. All we know is what we see on film. All we know is what we see through the combine. We're looking at their measurements. We're looking at their speed. We're looking at their intangibles, what they bring to the table, those things. But you don't know how good these players are going to be. Some of these guys' arms may not be long enough. Things like that they're told, okay, your arm's not long enough. You're not going to be that good. That's not true. It's not always true, guys. Just because a guy's arm is not long enough, that doesn't mean that he can't be a dog in the NFL. Maybe there's technique and something that he does well that'll propel him to be good in the NFL. We don't know. Now, the question on the table is, will GM Brad Holmes go out the cornerback Nate Wiggins and Quinyon Mitchell in this draft? We know that the Lions desperately need a number one corner or a guy, or I'll put it like this, a plug-and-play guy. They need a corner in this draft. If the Lions don't decide to take a cornerback in free agency or they don't decide to trade for one, the Lions are going to have to probably double up on corners and they may have to grab two. I'm just saying. They might have to grab a plug-and-play guy, and you might have to grab a guy that's going to be on special teams, and that guy can play special teams, and maybe he's in a rotation if somebody gets hurt. Whatever it may be, man, but you need to come out of this draft with at least one corner. Now, we don't know what Brad Holmes is going to do in free agency. We saw what he did last year. He tried to patch things up by getting all those corners last year, bringing a lot of guys on one-year deals, and then Emmanuel Mosley ends up getting hurt. And I say, don't bring them back. We can't continue to keep going. We can't keep calling up the same players when these guys are dealing with injuries and they can't get on the field and they can't stay on the field. No, yes, guys will get hurt. And a lot of guys, sometimes they get drafted, they come in hurt, guys. They play a lot of football. Football is a very physical sport. So these guys come in hurting sometimes. And then sometimes these guys come in and everything is good with them. All the medical records check out well. But at the end of the day, you have to go out and you got to find the talent at the cornerback position. The Lions need a dog at the corner position. They need a guy that can shut down his side of the field and make plays. Not only do you need that corner to be able to bat balls down, but you need somebody that can take the ball away too. Somebody that can get interceptions. Somebody that can knock the ball loose. You need smart football IQ guys as well. You don't need guys just out there just running around. You need guys that got the dog mentality, the grit mentality, whatever you want to call it. They got to have that. These two guys ran the best 40 time, so their stock is going to go through the roof. A lot of teams that need corners, they're gonna be taking these guys early. Nate Wiggins, he's going to probably be taken in the first round. Mitchell, first round. The Lions don't pick all the way until, the 29th pick. So I don't know if they'll fall to him, Nate Wiggins or Quinyon Mitchell, because I'm sure with these guys being able to do the things that they have been able to do, especially when their speed came out, you already know that a lot of teams are going to be on the hunt for these guys. And I know that Brad Holmes knows that. And a lot of the corners in the draft, they ran good 40 times. I got to say that. And we didn't even see all of the corners. At the combine, you don't get to see every single corner. You do not. You only see the corners that have been invited to the combine. You don't see every corner that's at the pro days and all of this stuff. It's just way too many prospects, man. And even with myself, I love to talk prospects, and I can't cover all of these guys. It's just way too many guys for me to cover. You're talking about over 400 plus something prospects. Some of these guys, you'd be like, man, I didn't even hear of this guy. I didn't even know this corner was in the draft. It's just so many guys. So there's a lot of people that Brad Holmes it's a team of them. It's not just Brad Holmes doing this all by himself. It's a team of guys to help Brad. A team of scouts. They've been talking about prospects all throughout the year. They put them on the table. They put them on the big board. They discuss them. They look at what players fit the culture, what players, that they would love to bring in on a top 30 visit, things of that nature. So it's a lot of that stuff that goes behind drafting a player. But at the end of the day, man, Nate Wiggins and Mitchell is definitely going to be high on a lot of teams' list. When you test well, your measurements are good. You play well at the Senior Bowl or the Shrine Game or whenever the scouts are able to see you. You go out there, you ball out, and you do your thing. Definitely, man, your stock is going to go through the roof. These guys definitely going to be taken they're going to be drafted in the first round. Now, whether or not Brad Holmes trades up to get them, whether he stays where he's at, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If he's able to get them, I would love to have these guys be on the team. I would love to draft Mitchell. I would love to draft Wiggins, but it's a lot of more corners in the draft. So don't, we can't just put our eggs all in one basket just because of the guy's speed is crazy, because it's a lot of guys that had great speed and time in the combine. More so than just having a guy that just can flat out have speed. You want a guy that can play. You want a dude that's a playmaker. You want a dude that can shut down his side of the field. You want a dude that's going to be that problem on every given Sunday. When number 22 or whatever his number is, number 24, when he's lining up at corner, he's shutting down his side of the field. He's batting balls down. He's knocking and punching balls out. He's intercepting. Those are the things that you want to see done from the cornerback position. You want a playmaker. You want a dude that's going to be a dog. And you want that guy that can develop into the number one corner on your team, because Detroit hasn't had that since really Darius Slay. A guy that's the dude. The last time they had that dude, it was Darius. Since Detroit is so into re-signing everybody, you want to be able to draft a guy that can be here for a long time. That's how I look at it with this draft this year. You want to look at a guy that's going to be here for a long time and a guy that's locking his side up. It's a lot of corners in this draft, guys. It's a lot of corners. But getting a guy that you want on your team and a guy that's going to go out there and bust his butt for you every single week, that's the task that Brad Holmes is up against this year. Being able to get this defense together. He also got to get somebody to play alongside Hutch. You cannot continue to neglect the pass rushing position. That's one of the most important positions on the team, to be able to get after the quarterback. You got to be able to get after the quarterback. The Detroit, they did a great and a phenomenal job in stopping the run. I think Detroit was number 2 in stopping the run behind Chicago. So you want to continue to stop the run. You want to continue to get players in here that are good against the run. And then not only that, you want to be able to get guys that are playmakers and guys that are dogs. That's what you want out of this draft this year. This is your number 4. This is your number 4. This thing should be finalizing. We should be finalizing this defense, man. And I'm not saying that they're going to be done, but we should get to a point now where we're finalizing and we have the pieces gelling together. We have what we need to be a great defense in 2024, because that's what I want to see. I want to see the Detroit Lions have a top 15 defense, man. I'm tired of them being at the bottom when it comes to the defense. I want to see the Lions have a top tier defense. I want to see somebody on the other side of Hutchinson getting to the quarterback besides him. They didn't have that really. They didn't really have that. I want to see another athletic guy. I want to see Broderick Martin still. I want to see what Martin can do out there. This is a big kid, 6'6". Broderick Martin is a big dude. I want to see what he can do still. And I want to be able to draft another defensive tackle. Somebody that's going to give you that push up the middle with a Liam McNeil. So at the end of the day, man, you know, whether or not Brad Holmes goes after Nate Wiggins and Quinyon Mitchell, you know, it's going to be totally up to him. But at the end of the day, man, you just want to come out of this draft with some dogs, some guys that love to be in Detroit, you know, and some guys that want to play for this team because they see what Detroit is doing. I got to tip my hats off to Brad Holmes. He's done a phenomenal job of bringing this team out of darkness into the light. I appreciate that so much from him. But at the same time, the job is still not done. You still got to go get a number one corner. You still got to go get a pass rushing guy. You still might have to get another offensive lineman. So I understand that the job and the task at hand is not done yet. It's not done. The defense is not done until he can get the pieces in here that's going to take this defense to the next level. We need next level play out of the corners that's going to be drafted on this team. If he doesn't attack free agency with the corner position and he doesn't trade for anybody, he's going to have to double up on corners in this draft. You have to, because it's a position that we're weak at and it's a position that we need desperately. So I love everything that Brad Holmes has been doing, guys. I love it. And I can't wait to see what he does in the draft this season, especially with the draft being in Detroit. So shout out to Detroit. Shout out to the Lions. And, man, let's go get it, Brad Holmes. Let's go get it. Let's take this thing home, man. You almost there, baby. Peace.
Yeah, you know I love to see you shine that light. I put that love in every rhyme I write. You and I, we ride side by side, so keep shining, y'all, keep shining. Yeah, you know I love to see you shine that light. Yeah, even when you gotta fight those fights, it's like that struggle make you twice as bright. So keep shining, my dude, keep shining. Come on. Yeah, I learned a long time ago how it happens. When you get it cracking, that's when cats start attacking. Lip flapping, talking smack, a sick fascination with you passing them by with your passion. Friends back then, but yo, press fast forward. Now it's like they'd rather clap back than to clap for you. All because you turned a corner. They can't see it like as if you was a transformer, but they can't be it. When you start shining bright, a person reacts. They either bask in that light or they turn their back. If they're inspired by your fire, you both travel. But if they turn their back, they only see their own shadow. That's when they plateau, inspiration fades. They keep their back to the light and start throwing shade. Now that's a bad trait. I'd rather keep my heart and celebrate when you glow in the dark. Come on. You know I love to see you shine that light. Yeah, I put that love in every rhyme I write. You and I, we ride side by side, so keep shining, y'all, keep shining. Come on. You know I love to see you shine that light. Even when you gotta fight those fights, it's like the struggle make you twice as bright. So keep shining, my sister, keep shining. Yeah. Now the jealousy, the tallest flower, and wanna cut it. They pull you down like some crabs in a bucket. They bring the buckets, chaos and sabotage, but that's mirage, and you don't need it in your catalog. That's when it's time to travel on like a vagabond. Burn a couple bridges, let them crumble like Babylon. Cause some make moves, some make excuses, and some make you wanna peace out and throw